when 98% of the roles already are written for the white audience or for the white actor or for the white portrayal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're looking at that 2% that's left over and you're like, actually, let's turn another one of those into the white actor. Like, I can see clearly why. That's like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's too much.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You got Ewan McGregor.
Especially when the role in the comics is an Asian.
Yeah, exactly. But that's so like to go from the minority and force the majority role, like that burns. And like
it's a different kind of burn, yeah.
So I feel it less though when it's like, wow, you know what? We turned Nick Fury black.
Yeah.
We took one role away from the 98% and gave it to the 2%.
Yeah.
I feel less bad about that because I look at it as equalization, right? So if my goal is to have everything be fair and balanced.
Yeah.
Cutting from the top helps bring things down.
Yeah.
Also, pushing from the bottom helps bring things up.
Yeah.
So I guess in regards to how I feel about it, if you're going to take a role from the 2% to give to the 98%, you're going to get way more backlash out of me than if you do the opposite. And I hope that people don't hate me for that, but that's just how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Balancing things, I think, is great. I want everyone to have all the same opportunities, regardless of race, color, sexual orientation, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever demographic you fall into, I want you to have the same opportunities. So I will say this, though, because any person can be trans, any person can be hetero, any person can be homosexual, any person can be whatever orientation they feel like. If you're attracted to X, Y, or Z, that's your deal, no problem.
Yeah.
I actually don't have a problem with anybody being like, I'm playing the role of a trans person, or I'm playing the role of a gay person, I'm playing the role of a homosexual person, regardless of their actual orientation. I think that's completely fine, and it's unfair to kind of hate on Scarlett Johansson for
so there is a different
that, in my opinion,
difference between orientation and race.
Oh, so your orientation is like your sexual orientation versus your race.
Yeah,
I literally
as
was
a person
born with brown skin.
Yeah.
And I'm portraying a character who has brown skin. Like, cool, that's great. Oh, actually, Larry, hold on, sorry. Zac Efron's available.
Yeah.
So he's gonna play the role of Hakeem.
Yeah.
Because we know that his Facebook following.
We gotta be careful here.
No,
because for that community is like, I was born this way.
No,
right?
But I guess what I'm saying is I don't see an opportunity that is being removed or off the table from any actor, because anybody can play, any literal person alive can play the role, or at least should have the shot at playing the role of homosexual, straight, gay, whatever.
Yeah,
because I think that there is there's not such a discrepancy for who could actually be in that position. Anybody can be in that position. Any person alive can be gay, straight, bisexual, asexual, whatever you want to be. Like, so there's no constraints there.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't feel bad that someone's saying, hey, well, let's have Scarlett Johansson try for the role, because they're like, hey, we think that she might do a good job.
Yeah.
Her look is what we want, like, for whatever it is.
Well, she definitely has a brand, right?
Yeah. And that's less upsetting to me personally, and I'm sorry again if I'm upsetting a community here with this viewpoint. That's less upsetting to me than like to see like a cultural character opportunity get removed and killed for somebody who is not, or someone who is like in the 98%. Again, it's me saying push the bottom, cut the top.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna push the top and cut the bottom, that's the opposite of trying to get to equality. That's making it harder to reach equality.
Yeah, I think at least with Scarlett, she is not short of any jobs. But it is. But at the same time, it is kind of unfair. Like, essentially, we're talking to actors and actresses, right? For them not to be able to portray what they're not, right? Isn't that against the whole craft? And there is a whole business side to a lot of this, and to say like, well, here's an unknown trans person actor, like he should be beating her. And no, if they put it room to room, who knows? There is always a preference.
Sure.
She comes with an audience. They want their movies to do well.
Yeah.
But this is, again, it's very situational, right? If we're talking about old Hollywood, that's what the whole race thing comes into play. They're like, only white actors can bring in the money, which, is being proved untrue
it's being
nowadays.
proved wrong like 10 times out of 10. I will say this. I think that I don't believe Scarlett being groomed for a role where she's playing somebody who is trans.
Yeah.
I don't think that's an opportunity squashed
Yeah.
for someone who is trans that is an actor.
Yeah.
Because that person, if they were excluded from being able to apply or even try out for the role, like if there's a story to that happened, I hate that. I don't like that part.
Well, we flip the script, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of talking to trans people saying that you can't play a straight role, right?
Well,
Well, is that
not to me though.
You don't think it's
Because
the same thing?
I think a trans person can play a straight role.
No. If we were to say that Scarlett Johansson can't play a trans role, I'm on your side on this one.
Yeah, you're saying so then for them to be upset that Scarlett is being groomed for it, they're upset. We're telling them that, well, okay, cool. So then you can't play a straight role.
Yeah.
So in that case specifically, it's starting to sound like my earlier argument of the cut from the top.
Yeah.
But the difference here is like, this isn't an exclusionary demographic because there's nothing about you as a person that is preventing you from doing a good job of the portrayal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whereas if you're a trans person and you're fucking brilliant as an actor or an actress, or I'm just going to use actor. I think actor
you should be able to play anything.
I think actor is a coverall.
Yeah.
Go for it. Live your dreams. And I hope that you get just as many castings as Scarlett Jo. And whichever ones you win, I hope you get. Whichever ones you don't get picked for, I don't feel bad if you had an equal chance.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for. And I just feel bad that like in this case, and I hope it doesn't make me come off as insensitive. And please, I'm being open to the internet here. Like doing this.
You can Twitch with us.
I'm bearing my soul.
Live.
I'm telling you how I feel.
This is an open round table.
Yeah, hop in the comments if I need to be educated or if I'm overlooking something or if I'm not being as sensitive as I should. Please educate me. But I'm just being completely open in my thoughts here is that like, it's not that I feel like sexuality is better or worse than race. Yeah. It's not that at all. I think that there's more fluidity in sexuality because anybody can have any sexuality. So I feel like it's an open market. Right? Like you can have a black person who is gay. You can have a white person who is gay. You can have a Chinese person who is gay. You can have any person. Yeah. So to say like, hey, we need a homosexual male to be this. Mm-hmm. No resume is excluded in my opinion. Yeah. If you have hey, we need a black person to do this. Mm-hmm. I now see a lot of resumes who are excluded. Yeah, and that's, I guess, where I'm coming from.
People might argue, I'm being devil's advocate right now, that internally, yes, you can't tell, but externally you can. But they feel like it's the same, right? If a trans person comes to you, it's like, well, what if some Scarlett Johansson wanted to play a black woman? Are you okay with that? Yes, visibly, yes. I'll say this. But there is no difference.
I think that's a bold move. Yeah. I think it has 99.9% chance to blow up, especially given her track record now. Right.
So the outrage, I think they would argue. Yeah, but the outrage would be the same, right? That's what the LGBT community is kind of equating it to. Sure. So this is where the anger comes from.
I'm just saying I don't share that same sentiment because
me neither. But like this is where I feel like the emotion is equating when it comes to the anger towards it's like, what the hell? We have actors here that needs it.
I can see this. Yes, the community LGBT saying like, hey, we have actors and actresses, and I'm just going to use actor because I don't want to get into the debate of I'm using the wrong pronoun.
Sure. Actors is fine, yeah.
There's actors in the LGBT community that are probably fantastic that could land XYZ role, and I think that they should have every shot. I also know that it does come down to like let's say they're like, all right, so we've got Keith, actual trans now male. Yeah. We have Scarlett Johansson, who we're going to try to make up and do this. Mm. Let's put them on paper and look like the authenticity here is going to be unmatched. Yeah. This person has like 400 followers. Yeah. Nobody really knows them. So we could break this person and introduce them to the world, or we can go with the tried and true. Yeah. Well, let's look at our financials. We don't have much of a marketing budget. Yeah. We don't have this or we don't have that. Or we do have this and we do have that. Like having the ability to say, like, let's take the risk and let's go with the smaller unknown because we think that that's actually going to add to our product being unique. Boom, make that decision. Or if they say, like, look, this movie is like $18 million and we've got $20 million. Yeah. And we have an opportunity to work with ScoJo. They're probably going to go with ScoJo. Yeah. And like as a business person, if it was at least that fair, like I'm not going to hate. Personally, but I don't know what happens behind the scenes. Well, I'm not going to play ignorant.
I think people need to. They do need to empathize with the business side of things because Hollywood, yes, the decision makers are maybe making racist or insensitive decisions for a long time, right?
100%.
But it's mostly dictated non-inclusive, but it's mostly dictated by their belief that white people will bring in money, right?
It's the acceptance, in my opinion.
Acceptance,
like,
yeah.
We know that the world has accepted that a white person can lead and star in a movie.
Yes.
In every culture.
And that's how they wage a risk.
Mission
so it's
Impossible sells in China, sells in America, sells in Canada, sells in South of America.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise sells in all those places.
And that's the core belief that they keep branching from, right? All the racism and all the casting, all that auditioning happens after the fact. So now we're at a point where I feel like we're going back to the core of like, let's keep making money. What's going on? And if we look at the slates, Black Panther, right, have shown them, holy crap, it rivaled Avengers.